maiden, of course, on Okay, 90 seconds off start time here for the Go Local First Maiden. Favouritism, in fact, we've got three equal favourites with Tab Touch. Aidans Choice, a Lotto Admirer, been backed in late, 440 into 360. And now Troublemaker just drifts out to 390 as we approach start time. So Aidans Choice and a Lotto Admirer, 350 favourites, market changing in the lead up to this race. Ebony's Ace kept safe at 440. As we're 60 seconds off start time. Attendants will start to bring these runners forward. A lot of different form lines coming into this race. Aidans Choice coming off that good second last start behind Mr. Snips. That was last week here at the KBRC. Timely advice in that race as well. Ebony's Ace been running around at Belmont Park in maiden company. Beaten 6 lengths last start. A Lotto Admirer put a line through its last run, copped a heavy 9 at Pinjarra. Its first run back in January was quite good, and there's been support for a Lotto Admirer into 350 now. Admiration Bay is the debutante of the field, has had a handful of trials at Belmont Park. First run today, Joe Forrest the trainer. And Troublemaker from the Luke Fernie camp in Perth. Second start today, finished 5th behind the stablemate Shadow Fear. Last time out, safe in the market at 460. Okay, these runners coming forward, only a couple left to load. Thanks, Riley. Tab radio on board now. So 3 to come forward. Here's Aidans Choice from the Bowen stable. Eye-catching performance last start. Admiration Bay, the debutante, to come forward. Likewise with the filly Timely Advice. And we'll be set for the first, the Go Local First Maiden. Of course, today's meeting proudly sponsored by the City of Kalgoorlie Boulder, the feature race for the first leg of the quaddie, the Merrill Cup. So here's Timely Advice to come forward and complete the line. Stand by, we're set, 1,200 metres ahead of them. A field of 6. Waiting for the signal from behind, there it is. And they're off in the first from Kalgoorlie. Level Dispatch, Ebony's Ace off the inside, the first to muster and take up the running, but working forward, Troublemaker to sit outside the leader. They were being followed by a Lotto Admirer third, then Aidans Choice fourth and 4 lengths off the leader. They were followed by Admiration Bay, and at the tail it's Timely Advice. So 7 lengths covers the field of 6 as they leave the 800 metres behind them. It's Ebony's Ace who shows the way, 3/4 of a length, Troublemaker. A further 3.5 then to a Lotto Admirer, 2 then to Aidans Choice on the outside, and then Admiration Bay, the debutante, second last, and Timely Advice last of all, 500 metres to run. On the Charles Street side of the course, and it's Ebony's Ace, the visitor, who's showing the way still by that 3/4 of a length on Troublemaker. They were followed by a Lotto Admirer who's made up ground, and then Aidans Choice sticking to the fence for the time being. Admiration Bay and Timely Advice near the tail. Into the straight now, Troublemaker takes over. Ebony's Ace trying to respond. A Lotto's Admirer, 1 pace, and here's Aidans Choice down the outside with Timely Advice. Troublemaker in front. Aidans Choice hitting another gear now. Troublemaker holding the lead. Aidans Choice the outside, levels up, goes on by. Aidans Choice wins. Second in Troublemaker, third Timely Advice. They were followed by the pacemaker, Ebony's Ace. A Lotto Admirer didn't give much in the straight, and last to greet the judge was Admiration Bay. Aidans Choice guns down Troublemaker with 50 metres to run. Numbers 1, 6, 2 and 3. Winning gallop 1:10.76 for the 1200. But Aidans Choice just smoking the pipe at the tail of the field. Settled worse in midfield and into the straight. Given full bore by Brandon Louis, who goes on to bring up a winner here for Gary Bowen. Aidans Choice for Gary Bowen and Brandon Louis by Vert Degrees from Champagne Bubbles, owned by Brad Bowen, Nicole South, the Book Club Syndicate, Miss S. Hurst, Mrs. M. McIntosh, Miss Crystal Burns, Gary Bowen himself, Miss R. Hutchinson, Ashok Parekh, G. Lynch and Mrs. K. Hurst. So a host of local connections there enjoying a win in the first. 6 gets second, that's Troublemaker for Luke Fernie and Tash Faithful by My Admiration from Fat Amy. owned by Andrew Ingles. The 2 third, Timely Advice for Neil Della and Lactar Ramoli. By Vert to Greece from Carry On Regardless, owned by S.J. Miller, K. Palmer, J. Foley, G. Tritel and R. Wilson. And 4th in was the 3. That's Ebony's Ace for Ash Maley and Lisa Staples. 1, 6, 2 and 3. No scratchings to the first. The interim details there after the running of race number 1. Race 2 is next, the Ruby Tourist Tram Maiden over the 1400. A field of 9 to face the starter over the 7 furlongs. No changes to the field engaged. Your early favourite is the 1 Got Lucky with Tab Touch at $3.20. Ahead of Heavenly Miss $4, Exalted Rockstar $5, and then $6.50 about Jaguar Jack, $10 and upwards for the rest except Hadros at $7.50. So a host of chances in the second as the winner, Aidans Choice, returns to the enclosure after the running of race number 1.